So our next speaker, Ollie. I love Ollie. If you know Ollie, you love Ollie. He's a man who's full of life and love and ideas and creativity and ambition. That's why I call him Mr. EXP France. To me, he's the heart and soul of EXP in France. So, Ollie, I know many of you are on Ollie's team. You know him better than I do. But Ollie has a team entrepreneur, that has been crushing it at EXP, building the EXP journey for the last 2 years. Ollie has been a real estate investor for many years before then. Lives in Paris. You're in Paris? Paris and Corsica. Yep. And married for 25 years. He has 2 adopted children, 19 years old. And they are international sailing champions, competitors. So Ollie, I don't know if you'll get me on a yacht or not, but I would love to come and visit you in Paris. Let's give our friend Ollie a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Let's start with big news. Today I can announce everyone we are now in South Africa. We are. So big round of applause for the team. We've been conducting some interviews, and we had a fellow who's been living there for about 20 years who eventually decided to sign up with the XP. So I learned the news yesterday. So we're very, very excited because we want to embark on an international journey. We're at this point mainly in France, but you know, any country that's opening up or in which EXP is already, we're excited to join on the bandwagon, obviously. So thank you so much for this introduction. I don't think I deserve all the applause, but I'm super excited to be with the XP. That's been an amazing adventure that started almost 5 years ago. We were in February 2021, and I actually got excited about the whole journey, about the history of EXP, and I had this vision. I thought that, you know, we could really do something without much investment. Steve said it, I've been married for 25 years, but what he didn't say, I married a nerd. So you talked about this. So the nerd factor, okay? So I married a nerd, and we always you know, pick on each other or just have fun saying that we could never have met at school. I was in the back rows and she was always in the first row. And believe it or not, nerding is much harder than turning somebody into a nerd. See, you need to pick the side you want, but nerding is a challenge. I'm still working on it. So, but you know, this and all my life experiences, I'm the last. When I say the last, I'm the very last by 1 hour because I have a twin brother. So you see, some people in my team say I talk too much. You escape my twin brother, so lucky you guys. But the thing is that I'm the very last by 1 hour, as I said, but I, from an early age, been exposed to a wide variety of behavior, thoughts, way of thinking, and my whole purpose in life was to try to build bridges. And how did I do this? Through languages. I fell in love with languages, fell in love with English to start with, you know, then I added a couple other languages, but I thought that was truly the best passport. I really love what Matthew and spouse mentioned about traveling. We're not competing for numbers, but I happen to have worked in 5 countries and traveled 70. I'm just at the beginning, so I want to keep, and that's one of the reasons also I joined EXP. I want to keep working on that because I thought that, you know, that's really fun to travel. That's also one of the reasons I came to Barcelona, although I came in June, but I want to be honest with you, I don't know Spain. So, I mean, although I came 3 times this year, so I'm starting to have a glimpse about Spain, let's put it this way. But I don't know much. I don't know the South. I know there's so many places, so there's a lot to explore. But let's go back to our topic. What I want to talk today is togethership, So togethership is a blend of the words togetherness and leadership. It's the leadership skill that build cohesive, resilient, and truly effective teams. In the next few minutes, I'll share how you can crack the code to create togethership, how to lead a team that can overcome any challenge, a team that's fun to be part of, a team that achieves more than you ever imagine, and one you'll never forget being a member of. So I want a round of applause for my team to be there. Thank you so much to have to have joined the team first and to have come here. I truly appreciate it. So my name is Olivier Chavaren, and for over 35 years I had the privilege of working and studying teams both locally and around the world. I've seen what makes teams thrive and what makes them struggle. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay, so how do we... I need to, at one point, if we don't switch slides, we're going to be in trouble, right? So this is the team, and this is EXPCon in June. It was here in Barcelona, as you know. I like to call myself, a chief joy officer. I think that is very important to bring joy to people. You can always do it the way you want, but a lot of people have complicated life, and in my team, somebody have joined me. With the years, he's becoming less of a joy, I have to say. And I told him, I say, you need to bring back the joy into the box. His name is James, and he was always happy. And that's why I thought he will do very well. He sells nice castles, so he's doing very well on this side. And he's also has recruited about 5, if I'm not mistaken, 5 agencies. But for me, he's the epitome of somebody who can always be a joy producer. And it's important to have this, because we are here. It's first and foremost a human endeavor. It's first and foremost a human adventure. So we need to be happy, not pretending being happy, but being sincerely, fundamentally happy because of what we do. And to make this happen, I thought there was something very important, is actually in my team and in the teams I've studied, vulnerability. I think man is great only on his knees. Paul Claudel, said that he was on the verge of entering Notre Dame, and he actually converted himself. But the thing is that if you're not able to be on your knees, you cannot be in a position when you're going to ask for help. And, there's no problem asking for help. We all need some help in one thing. As I said, I actually studied my MBA, and I was the valedictorian because of my wife, I have to say. I have to tell the truth. But because of me, she made an amazing career. She had an amazing career. But she had no vision of strategy, no vision how to sell herself, no vision. And this is this is the first team I worked on, actually. And I think that, there's another thing that our previous guest mentioned, Matthew. I heard, it's the construct of what I will summarize as, all that I know is I know nothing. If you're willing to learn, you're gonna make huge progress. I'm a bookworm. Sorry, not everybody's perfect. I love books. I wrote one. I don't know if it's there somewhere. Maybe I can find it. And maybe you can. Yeah, maybe it's here. So. This is the book. So just in case you wanna read the book, it's Trust Within Global Virtual Teams. So you see, we're still on the topic of teams, and I thought that's very important to understand, how it really works, because in the togethership, there's one tip. As your next meeting, ask each other what's on your plate outside of work and what's that's on your heart or mind. Listen closely. this simple step unlocks deeper trust. I think that it's very important that, we can co-create. There are 4 keys: bringing people together intentionally, connecting on a human level, building vulnerability-based trust, we've seen it, and co-creation. I say this often in my team. I want to hear from you, and it's just not one person, leading the way. We all lead together. It's important that your voice is heard, You're going to see, they're all going to introduce themselves here, people from my team, but you're going to see that they all have a specific, I call it, area of genius, where they do things better than anybody else. It's like me, I studied finance. To be honest, I don't do finance because with a spouse as a CPA, I'm like, it's a lost game. I mean, I could do it, and I'm going to do it more and more actually because we have to at EXP a little bit, but because we're growing and we have. But identifying your area of genius is your genius area is very important, And what I want to tell you also is that if we have this ability to find a purpose, I talked about accounting because that's something that I truly hated, and I had to live with it. But you need to identify what makes you happy and where the sense of purpose, where you can find it, and that's very important. For instance, to if you wanna, I like the history of KPMG that I know a little bit, the auditing company. At one point, in 2014, they had this challenge. People felt like a boring job, and apologies to any accountant here, but the morale was in its 30,000 employees was very low. And traditional fixes like pay raise, perks, and flexibility helped only briefly. So leadership came with a brilliant idea. They say we want to try purpose, and they launched what they called "We Shaped History" campaign, highlighting KPMG hidden role in historic moments. Managing Roosevelt World War II aid program, resolving financial claims that free U.S. hostages in Iran, and so on and so forth. And believe it or not, it actually, touched the campaign, lifted engagement slightly, but the real breakthrough came when leaders shifted focus. At one point, you want to shift focus. Instead of asking employees to rally behind lofty mission statement, they emphasize who benefited from their work. And us, as realtor, we need also to understand that, who's going to benefit. We're changing lives, we're bringing home. I mean, we've seen that sometimes it's hard to have a home. And as a realtor, obviously, we need to have a home for ourselves, but also for our clients. So there was no abstract slogans, but human impacts. I think that's extremely important. Okay. We're gonna also, I want to share with you the vision and values. We came up with this idea. E is for what we will what we actually call in French fulfillment. Fulfillment is motivation by pleasure by performance. So it's E equal MC2. I mean, you got the hint, obviously. But that's very important for us. We want to have all those values aligned, and we want to also build some kind of relationship where we have a long-term goal in mind. I wanna cover some things I also discovered and I experienced, within teams. Why do teams don't work? Because we don't have this trust, that we identify in the first place. Very important, to build this trust. We also have, the second step is to understand, in terms of conflict. How do we approach conflict? How are we going to solve it? The commitment, the sense of commitment, the fact that, about a quarter of my team is here, it's a huge commitment. It's a strength, it's a strength on their family, it's a strength in financial, so I can see that as a lot of value to me, obviously. And the next one, we see we're going up, we're almost reaching the top, but hold each other accountable. You know, I want everyone to connect to each other. I saw, for instance, Françoise and Didier, who had never met each other. Didier has some amazing chalet, and they're going to work together, I know. And so they hold each other accountable on what they're doing together. And I think that's super important to achieve things. And obviously, we want to focus on the result, but not the result of a single person. We want collective result. We should all, you know, raising the tide. We want to raise the tide. We want all boats to be, you know, at a decent. Thank you, guys. You're my heroes. So raising the tide, very important. We want to raise at the, you know, and we don't want to also pick everyone. That was also part of my mistake, you know, previously. I was not in real estate. I was not in transaction, let's put it this way. I've been in real estate for about 20 years, but not specialized in transaction. So I had to build some kind of credibility, and it took me some time to understand that, you know, size does not matter. Small is beautiful. Okay, small is beautiful because we wanna have a nice team, close knit together. But I would like for my team to have actually a large organization. That means they'll not necessarily be part of the team, but they'll be part of their rev share. And for me, that's very important. And how do we do this? We do this several ways. You know, we do this with the growth mindset. You know, we're not afraid to make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes myself, you know, probably number one for mistakes, and that's okay. We're also happy to try again things, you know. What worked 6 months ago, maybe within a year, is going to work and it's going to hit the sky, you know. So we don't give up. We want to improve with practice. We want to have some feedback that is valuable. We in our meetings, we do 2 meetings a week. We're benevolent. We have a sense of goodwill in the sense that, you know, there's no stupid question, and we want to learn from our mistakes. You know, we have this growth mindset, and I think that helps tremendously for us to achieve things, you know, quite frankly. I wanna close what I had to share with you. I don't want to take too much of your time, but you know, the growth mindset, you know, for me is extremely important, so that you can actually. They did some longitudinal study. They run the numbers, you know, over time, over decades. You know, they did this at Stanford University, but they also did it in New Zealand, in Germany, and there's some congruency on the findings actually, and they found out that, you know, the convergence of or the research and the empirical evidence suggest that developing grit and fostering a growth mindset, so grit is as important as growth to me, are not just abstract ideals. They are measurable, malleable, psychological traits that significantly contribute to long-term achievement. However, the challenge remains: how do we effectively teach and strengthen these qualities at scale? It's always the issue. Well, that works pretty well, but how do you scale up? And that's exactly a little bit where we are in the team. You know, the team is running, the team works. I'm not, you know, I'm pretty happy with this. But how do we anticipate the next move? So early work suggests that intervention that combine mindset training with structured opportunities for persistence yield promising results. But as in all scientific inquiry, progress depends on testing, refining, and being willing to learn from failure along the way. So this has been my path at EXV, and now I would like to share a little bit of the fellow, the ladies and gentlemen who are here, and Laurent, part of the team. Laurent is the ultimate car guy. What car is this, Laurent? What car is this, Laurent? Volkswagen. Okay. Sorry, I have to say a word about Laurent again. Laurent, he has been in the military for 28 years. He was a, you know, Guardia Coast, you know, gendarme, as we say in France, let's see. Guardia Civil. Muy bien. He was able to follow what we're doing in the team for 3 years. And one day I got a call say, this is it. I want to join you. I saw you on the networks. This is the team I want to be in. And he's doing amazing things. He's working in the Dominican Republic. He has lots of listings. He already made sales. He's doing very, very well. So very proud of Laurent. Honestly, Laurent thinks about others before himself, and this is extremely. We're very grateful for that. Another fellow, that's not him, but that's his buddy. That's his buddy. Didier is there. Didier is the first guy who actually believed in my team. And today I told him, you were really crazy to think like this. and Didier, there's very few sports he doesn't do. But this guy here, Luc Alphon, this is the World Championship. Didier, sorry about this. Didier is only at the European level. Yeah, but you're a friend with him. You know him. He knows him personally. So, and Didier is an instructor. Didier is an instructor at Club Med. He's a ski instructor, and he's a geek. He has. Talk to him. You'll be mesmerized. He has a lot of things to share. You'll be very much surprised. We have Françoise. She's our opera lady. Françoise coming all the way from Paris with the train today. Françoise graduated. I have to say that, you need to forgive me, Françoise, but amazing lady. Françoise graduated from the equivalent of Harvard in France, which is HEC, and she has an amazing, she's very down to earth, very humble, but she's the sharp lady. So with an amazing network that we're working on, congratulations to Françoise. We have also Samuel. Samuel is the climber. He's climbing the Mont Blanc. He climbed the Mont Blanc. He climbed some of the Pyrenees. He recently joined our team within Didier's organization, and he's doing very well in terms of listings and sales. So congrats to Samuel. Sébastien, look at the geek. That's him. He's the geek man. You'll see with his presentation. Yes. He's nurturing the next ideas of Zuckerberg. No, I'm just kidding. But he helps us improve, because not all, but many of the comments or feedbacks he makes are actually fairly accurate, and we all learn from each other. And I'm gonna say that about Sébastien. I could say that about many of people in my team. They didn't join me for development. They all do development today. I love that. The first sentence he say, you know what, don't bother, Olivier. I'm not going to do any development. I said, no problem. There's no single day when we don't interact. I love that, because that's not me, that's EXP. EXP has something very unique to provide, obviously, in terms of development. So they take advantage of it. So we do, just quickly to wrap up, but just to show you how we organize the team, and maybe you can, tell us what we're doing, what inspire you, what we should do, not do. I don't know. I'm always open for any improvement. This is 2 weekly meeting that we do on. We do this on Zoho. This is a video conference system that EXP just adopted for emails. I surmise. 30 minutes, Monday 8:30, and we do, so Monday is just about the mandates that we actually exchange, and we bring up the new ones, and we talk about, any challenge we have. And on Thursday, we do development, 30 minutes as well. And we have 2 WhatsApp groups, one a little bit light about mindset, and one a little bit more serious about, administrative stuff. One of the things we did, and I share this because I know that in many countries it's different, but Napoleon always said, when I recruit, I ask them, do you have luck? Are you lucky? And I think we've been lucky, and I've been lucky when I joined EXP, because as soon as I joined, about a month later, I got to meet Mr. Tom Delay, who is the boss of LPGI. So that means the little genius of real estate. That's what it means in French. And this, at the time, it was a group on LinkedIn of 1,000 people. Now it's a group on LinkedIn 5 years down the road of 53,000 people, and they do 1 million view per week. And many in the room here, as part of my team, have actually jumped on the bandwagon and do some of the things, share or even organize events with this organization. And it's a great way. Remember, we don't buy space on TV to advertise. So if you don't advertise, you already lost the game. All right. So you need to use social networks and to the max, but not saying, we have the most beautiful tomatoes, come and see EXP. No, we don't care about your tomatoes. You know what? We're just giving. It's the art of giving. You do this a lot. Amazing fellow, Steve. So we give a lot. So many people come and you never see them again. We don't care. Some come back, and the one who come back, they're actually pretty happy. So we do 3 afterworks per year in 60 cities. I'm an admin of this group. I'm not the founder, as I say. I want to be clear with this. I do 1 VIP interview per month. I had the distinguished honor of having those 2 fellows in May from Puerto Rico on it. And last month I had Felix Bravo, VP of not VP, no, he's a president of EXP International. I don't know the views. We're already at 200, which is pretty good, So we do also 5 exclusive events by invitation. So we do a lot of things. Yeah, this is Laurent. I don't know why he's there, but I know why he's there. He's there because the car is the 1967. Sorry, I lost my train of thought here. Is there because he's with the Mustang 1997. So I want to say big thank you. I was really pleased to introduce you the team. It's not my team, it's our team. And I'm happy to learn from you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Jean, for inviting us.